on, everyone? Richard Carlton here. Stand by. We're having a slight in-flight adjustment. Welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker training. Real quick, so it's Monday at fmtrain.tv, where every day we're doing great FileMaker training. We're showing you samples. We're hearing about your successes, your stories, your sample files. Upcoming broadcast schedule, fmtrain.tv. If you just come here, what you're going to do is you're going to see live courses, bundles, all sorts of great and amazing stuff. Today we've got Nick Hunter, Dynamically Programmable Data Fields in FileMaker. This is kind of a deep dive into something he kind of discussed back at the time with the Launchpad sample file. I think are you doing 4 days on this, Nick? Or 2 days? Do you remember? Is it next week too? I'm not sure.
Unmute. I was looking for the unmute button. Yeah, it's 4 days.
Okay, 4 days. So 2 days this week and then 2 days next week. We are not broadcasting on Monday next week. It's a holiday here in the United States. So imagine kind of like, we're just all going to be gone here in the United States. The rest of you will probably be busy wishing you were back on your 1 month vacation like Christian Schmidt. So today, tomorrow is Nick. Miles will be helping you with that. Then Wednesday, you've got Stump the Monkey. I'm pretty sure he wanted to make a change to the name, but it didn't happen in time. It didn't happen in time, so Margaret didn't change it, so it's called Stump the Monkey with Christian Schmidt. You can all figure out what that's probably about. Thursday, we are doing a cleanup. Remember the Art Surveya sample file for Windows? I've been told it's coming together, and Calvin is finishing cleaning up and a run it by me. Friday, we have open Q&A with me and Jacob and Nick. It's kind of an open Q&A day, so bring your questions on Friday. Then that will start a 3-day weekend for RCC, and then we'll be back on Tuesday next week. So that's that. Now, as a reminder, this live stream is totally free content, but a lot of you get confused. This is not the best training on the internet. This is not the best training. The best training on the internet for the FileMaker platform is actually if you come over here to our, we call on-demand training, right? So I'm gonna press this back to floating over here. I'm gonna come over here, and you come over here, you see all the courses that we created. There's actually, it's over 100 hours of courses. I have to come over here and tell the web person to update the count because that is grossly inaccurate, right? So both of those are 100 plus hours of content. It's like a ton of content. Reminder, please buy the training. If you buy the training, you're supporting the channel and you're going to get great content. This is good content, but the best animated content is down here. Thunder Nick, are you ready to thunder?
So sorry for my voice. I woke up this morning with this voice. I don't know where it's coming from, but I will do my best not to annoy you too much. Yeah, today we are going to talk about something I already talked about, and because the problem is we need a 4-day session on this because it's a combination of multiple techniques together. So today we are going to learn to do what you call the dynamic. I would call that dynamic field. Programmable dynamic field, something like this, which is great, which is a great description. I was struggling finding a description for this. And I think it's the best is to explain what we are going to try to achieve here and demonstrate instead of trying to explain it. So let me show my screen right quick. What we try to achieve. We try to achieve this. Let's say you have, why is not, hold on.
I see your screen just fine. You're 5x5.
Yeah. Okay. So let's say you have an asset management. Okay. You have an asset management, and you need the properties of the assets. Okay. So the asset can be a chair, can be a screen, can be a phone, can be a microphone, can be a plate, can be a printer, can be a desk, can be everything. Okay. In the office, let's say you have an office and you have an asset management to manage all what you have in the office. And the question is, what is the commonality between a chair and a phone? Or what is the commonality between a printer and a server? Between a tablet and a desk, And so what is the commonality? None. You have no commonality with this. By the end of the day, we end up having 2,000 fields because you need to have the chair size, the chair color, the font color, all the information of the phone, all the information of the printer, all the information of the laptop, all the information of the server, the router, So at the end of the day, you have a table, in the asset table, you have like 2,000 fields, because you need a field for all of this, because you have absolutely no commonality. Some you can share, like product name. Okay, you can have the name of the chair, the name of the phone, but you cannot do that for all the things. Or you have what's the name? A labeling system that is, or you hide and show. I mean, it's a nightmare. You cannot do something clean if you don't address the problem. And can be for many things. I use this technique since I don't know, since I'm doing FileMaker. I mean, since FileMaker can allow to do that. Okay, which is 10 years, I think, 15 years. And but with the years, Claris FileMaker, they give the possibility to make it more advanced and improve that technique to a point where now it's extremely valuable, that I share with you how to do that, right? So in order is to do this, for example, so let's say you have a cell phone, for example. Cell phone, you have those fields, I have the cell number, and it's mandatory. I trained myself. It's mandatory. And so you have the active status, the device model. Okay, so this is for all the cell phone. All the cell phone, you have this. Now I want a Linux server. Oh, Linux server, I have this. This is operating system, the OS version. What about the cell hotspot? Okay, or whatever the Avaya phone system. Okay, so for this I have no properties. But for the printer, for example, I have the asset tag, I have the color black and white, I have plenty of stuff like this, right? Monitor, what I have in monitor, I have no monitors, but let's say pharma, let's say software or server box. Server box, you have multi-sync, IP address, external, the operating system, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you see what I try to cover here. You have all the things, the Windows Server, the workstation. So you see what I try to the firewall. What else we have? What else? Server box, we did it. Software server, storage device, right? Okay, so you see what I try to address. All of those fields on the property. Okay, normally you should have a field for that. You need to create a field for each type of IP,
Yeah.
So you have two
yeah,
IP.
you have a field for each one. Yes.
Yeah, a field for each one.
Yep.
Sometimes you can share one, but sometimes you cannot share. So you end up having an assets table with 2,000 fields. Okay, here I have 75. Okay, awesome. And you will say, okay, yeah, what you do is transferring the fields to another table. That's what you do. And I say, no, it's not what I'm doing, because the table here, the table I use for the property item is this. I have 20 fields. How that be possible to have 20 fields when I have an infinity of fields? I'm showing you multiple fields. Okay. So this is what we are going to try to learn. Okay, in the 4 days, we're going to learn this, how we build this stuff. But what I want to show you is how this could be powerful, because if I go to the cell phone, for example, here I have a value list here. This is the value list, and this here is a radio button, and here also I have a value list, and it's a pop-up menu. So, and here I have another value list, and here it's a drop-down calendar. So how we can do, because this is the portal, you understand that this is a portal, and you understand that I'm using a record as a field. I'm using a record as a field. I'm creating a record, and I define this as a field. Okay. So, and at this field, I'm going to attach properties to the fields. Okay. I'm going to attach properties to the field. And I'm going to tell the field what it is. And I'm going to display the field I need to display. Because this, obviously, it's a date. It's a date field. This, it's a text field. But this here, it's a date field. Proof of it, if I'm doing this, I have this. It must be a value. It must be a date, okay? So it's a proof that this is a date field, okay? And here I say, how can this one be mandatory and this one is not? This one it is. If I do this, it's not red anymore. If I do this, it's red.
Yeah.
But here I don't care, because only this is mandatory. I don't need all of them. And how I can get this mandatory kind of placeholder, and here I'm not getting it, because it's I can show you. Okay, it's a table. It's a portal. Okay, it's a portal where I'm showing a list of records, and each records is now becoming a field. I'm treating it as a field. Okay, so how we do that? Okay, and how we attach a value list how we attach a value list to this, okay, and how we do all of this, how we build this, and how we show the thing. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little by little. Okay, we are going to explain today how we build the list, right, and how we get the field to work. So far, do we have questions?
No, everyone's like either they're asleep or they're mesmerized. So one of the two. I'm not sure which. So I want to welcome Wally, though. Wally's there from Spain. Hello, Wally. Welcome. Anyone else want to say hi? Let us know where you're from. But yeah, a lot of people on the Discord side. Brutterman, yep. Yeah, they don't know how you're doing it, so you need to like kind of show this to everyone, right? Is that what you're going to do, Nick?
Yes.
You're going to show us how this works.
Yes, okay. I'm going to do that.
Now you are losing your voice, right?
Yeah, so that's why I don't. Today I will be a short version of the webinar, but I'm going to try to go to the end. Okay. Sorry for that. Okay.
Nah, I mean your voice is bad. I can take over and do this for you. All right. So you see this stuff over here. This stuff is over here. Then this stuff over here is stuff, but you need to put some more stuff in there so it actually works. So you go to layout mode, you're going to do some stuff, and then back to browse mode, and then you're done. Any questions?
Pretty much, yes. So for each, what I'm doing here is you have two tables. Okay, you need to build two tables. First table, you have two tables. You have the table here. So I'm going to put that a little bit. I'm going to take my time to explain that, okay? Because I want everybody to know how it works, okay? So you have here, or where is, okay. You have here the fields. So this is where I'm defining the field. I have a table where I'm going to define the fields I need to use, okay? So this table is this. It's just, I'm defining the field. Very briefly, what it is. It's like it's a mere table. Is this? I have a master detail. This here is the asset types. So I have a table. With the asset type. If I go there, I have a table asset types. Okay. This is the table. Very simple. I have a type, order, and group. Okay. So type, order. Okay. So if I want to add a type in my assets, I can add a type. Each type of asset I'm going to use this, I'm going to build here, there will be available to me here. This is all my asset types. So if I go to the system and I say I want to asset type, I don't know what, Lamborghini. Okay. Lamborghini, I create the Lamborghini asset type.
You actually spelled that correctly, I think. I couldn't spell that word if my life depended upon it. So yeah.
Yeah, don't if you guys want to Google it, I'm born in the Principality of Monaco, and I live in this state city. I lived there 27 years. So when you live in Monaco, you don't know to spell Chevrolet, but you know to spell Lamborghini. So I have the Lamborghini asset type. So now if I go to asset type and I go there, I have Lamborghini. So that means now you understand that the asset type. So if I want to create a new, I can choose here, I can choose the Lamborghini. Okay. So now go back to the system. So I have my Lamborghini. Okay. So now we understand that this is a mutable, okay, that is for a master detail. So everybody knows a master detail. If you don't know, you should learn about the master detail. So it's a table asset type, okay? And here I have a table that is linked to the asset type, and it's the asset property fields. And this is where I'm saying plenty of stuff. The behavior, the field type, the flag, if it's active or not, the flag, if it's mandatory or not, the order, the parameter, and the property name. Okay. So what it is, if I go to the cell phone, for example, this is the order I want them to appear, but I can change the order if I want. I can say 9 here and 10 here. So I can change the order. Okay. So this we all know that. Right? But I can say active, inactive. I don't want that to be active, or I want that to be active. I can activate, deactivate the fields. I want to use. This is the type. I'm going to tell it's a text, it's a number, it's a date, it's a time, it's a separator. Because I can have separator if I want. So if I go there, I go to asset and I go to cell phone. I think I have a separator somewhere. If I don't, I will show you that later. I don't have separator. No. Firewall. No. Separator. No. Okay. Never mind.
Hey, Nick. Yeah. Real quick. Can I ask a question? You have Discord open, real quick, on your text. Okay. So I'm going to put the link in there in the discussion. I think I only have one entry for the FM Launchpad V1 mobile. Is there another Launchpad, or does it have a different name?
Oh yeah. That's another Launchpad. I'm going to share it to you later.
Oh, okay then. Okay, yeah, so there is a sample updated Launchpad. We have to find it. I'm not.
It's a 1.2. I'm going to share it to you.
Okay, so disregard that link, please, everyone. Please don't look at that link. Okay. All right, cool.
So here is where you're going to decide what the field will be. A text, a number, a date, the time, pretty much is what what FileMaker is available to you here, okay? I could have had timestamp container, I could have had this, okay? But I didn't need that for my purpose, but you can add this if you want, okay? Then here you're going to say, okay, this field is mandatory or not, and then you will have the behavior when you will use it to show red and to show the word mandatory in the field. This is where you're going to give the names, to give the name of the what's the name?
A field.
Of the field, right? So, and this is where you're going to put some parameters. Okay, so now is where I have a problem, because I hope I have in my host, I hope I have an FM Launchpad, and I don't have. I know which one I can use. I can use this one because I need to have something online, and so because otherwise it won't work. Okay, so this is now online. So I'm going here in the system, and I'm going to my my assets property. Okay. So let's create a new one. Okay, let's create a new one. I'm going to create the Lamborghini like we did. Okay. Lamborghini, and give me some thing you have in your Lamborghini. Navigation. You have a navigation device, okay? Hello?
We're here. We're all watching you go. Yeah.
Yeah, but what do you have in your Lamborghini? You have a navigation device?
Oh, you're gonna have the engine size, the size of the engine, right? You're gonna have
Okay.
you're gonna,
So engine size, so it's a number?
yeah, cubic engine size or whatever you'd have, engine size. Then you'd have you're gonna have to have the cost of the car, right? You know,
The cost. So it's a number.
That's a cost. That's a number. Then you'd also have the regions it's sold, because certain Lamborghinis you can buy in certain areas, and like if it's too powerful, you can't actually buy it in the United States because it'll outrun the cops, and that pisses the cops off. So yeah.
Okay, region. I like it.
Yeah.
So this is in 2. This is in 3. This is
Oh
in
yeah,
4.
we need the year too. The year and the model. We need the year and the model. Yeah, year and model.
Okay, so a year is a number.
Mm-hmm. A 4-digit.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and we need our
Model.
what else do we need?
Model.
Okay, model.
Yeah, because they're different. There's different models. Yeah. So.
Okay. Model. So model with the E no.
Model, yes, baby.
Okay, model. So we have this. Okay, so we have text, we have numbers. This is the number. This is the number. This is the text. This is the number. Okay. Now, I want the year, for example. Okay. So I want the year. Okay. For example, I want the purchase date. Okay. Purchase date. So it's a date. Okay. Purchase date. Okay. Purchase date. And I don't know. And I want here another in 8. I want a date. It's the last checkup.
Yes.
And this, I want this to be this.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a record. So I want to tell you, it's a record. It's a record, and I'm telling FileMaker what it is. Okay, I'm telling it's a date. I'm telling the name of the field, the name I want the field to be identified, and I want the parameter because I'm going to launch a parameter here. And here now I'm going to tell what the behavior. What is the behavior? The navigation device, it's an edit box. This an edit box, this an edit box. Region, I want that a pop-up menu. The year, I want that drop-down menu. The model, I want that a pop-up menu. Purchase dates, I want that a calendar. And this, I want that a calendar. So now you will say, okay, Nick, that's good. Okay, pop-up menu of what? Pop-up menu of what? Okay, so today, now it's just a demonstration of what we are going to learn, okay? Because I want you to understand the power of this. So far, what I've done here, I created fields. I'm creating fields. They are not fields, they are virtual fields. They are fields as record, but I'm giving them, I'm restituting to them, to the record. I'm giving all the attribute of a field. When it is a type, parameters, I can have an auto entry calculation here, okay? Here, for example, purchase dates, I can do this if I want. I can do this year of get current date. It works. I can do that, no problem. I can say that, I want the year of the get current date. So, what is this for? Okay, what is this for? If I go to my assets, okay, and I create a new asset here, and I select the Lamborghini, see what happens. Ta-da!
Yep, it looks pretty good.
It looks pretty good. So it looks like because I put that a date. Okay, let's do again. I did a mistake here. So I did that a date, but it shouldn't be a date. It's a purchase year, not yet. It should be a number. Okay. So now if I go there, no estimate. I go to assets, and I say plus, and I say Lamborghini. Il vient, bam. And here it doesn't put the year. Okay, I don't know why. Anyway, so you get the point. This version of the Launchpad is not proof version. It was for a client and it's not proof, but in the version you have will work. So so here now you have all of this, and you have all of those pop-ups are empty. Pop-ups empty. Okay. So how we can now attach to a field a value list in the fly, on the fly like this, how I can do that without going to layout mode and to click the field and touch a value list. How I can do that? Okay.
Well, we do have. There is a question here. I don't know if you have. If you want to look over, Ruben popped a question. Quick question. It says, "Parameter is an evaluate?" Question mark. I thought.
Yes. I'm going to explain all of this during those 4 days. I'm going to explain all of this, how you do the evaluation, because it's very cool, by the way. Because you can do, for example, I don't know why this one doesn't work. Oh, because it's a calendar. It should be in the purchase year. I don't know why. But you can say 9, you can say text, and you can say owner. Okay, and you can say get username. Of course, you need to know by heart, the FileMaker. This is FileMaker. By the way, those are FileMaker. You can put a calculation here. You can put a let statement, and you can put a big fat calculation here. No problem. Anything that you can put here, anything that you can put here works. It's simple. So you can build your calculation with this. You can build it, copy it, and bring there, and it will work each time you're going to execute. Like I did here, when you go to asset and you add a new asset, it will execute, it will evaluate. Okay. Question for later. Once we get through the set, okay. So I have the order. So if I go there and I say assets and I click a new one and I say, okay, I want to select the Lamborghini, and now I have here, bam, I have the year, and this is the owner. Oh yeah, okay, I have a bug here because it gives me the order. It's a pesos. It should because I'm executing a pesos. I need to address that. It gives you the name of the user in the server. That is the name of the user in the server. Okay. But anyway, you got the point. I have the purchase year that came automatically. I have the year that came here. Normally here it should have say NHM, but it's okay. Anyway, we got the point of how it works. Okay. You got the point of the power of this, and you got the point of all of this. Okay. Now, I want to show you that what we can do with this is to attach a value list to those pop-up menus. This is region, okay? I copy region. I go to my value list system because I have a value list system. So this is another topic we can address one day, is how to build value lists as records. I don't know if you are interested in this, Richard.
Yeah, probably it would be. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Because I have a mini application on this. So let's cover this. I'm going to talk with Marge later. Okay. We are because I have many materials that I can show.
Well, just write it into her channel just so you know she's off this week, but just write it in there and she'll get to it.
Yeah, sure. I'm going to do that. So
we have buzzing. By the way, when you move back to Colombia, would you take your stupid?
No, I forgot it. It was on my shelf and I forgot it. So yeah. But we can buzz.
Amico has another question. Can you use more than one behavior for the same property field? For example, a radio button with a yes and no. And if you select yes, you will get a second behavior like an edit box or something.
Of course, you can have additional. You can go to this field here. You can go to this what's the name table, and here you have the field, and you can set you have the property name, and you can have additional.
Yeah, additional.
So additional, you can have additional, and you create, and you can say okay. When this is yes, you can show it or not show it. Okay, you can do whatever you want. It's very very flexible.
People are buzzing on the value list.
Okay, but the value list is good.
Nathan on Twitch wrote this real quick. I'll drop this in here. There we go. So So parameter would equal auto calculation.
Yes.
See that? Yeah.
So the parameter you put there will be the equivalent of an auto entry calculation. So it will be exactly the same. When you create the field, when I create the virtual field, because this is what I like to call it. When I create the virtual field, I evaluate in the field something for you, and can be anything. It can be anything. Can be anything that FileMaker can calculate. So let's go back to the value list right quick. So you go to the value list, and so for each, I have a value list for many things, manufacturers, status. Okay, let's say now, you remember, I want to do the region, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I copy region, I go to my value list here, and I create a new one I call region. And now, which region? Okay, United States. What else you have? Europe?
Yeah. I would say EMEA, or you do Europe. That's fine. You could do Asia Pacific if you want to do that, right? You could do, yeah. So you could do all. There you go. So there's 3.
Okay, I have this. Oh, it's free. Okay, let's do something fun. I have free on region. So I'm going to my property and say region. Oh, I want that to be a variable. Okay. So now let's try it. So I go to my assets. Okay. I create a new one, and I say I want the Lamborghini. Then.
Yeah, that looks nice. Very, very nice.
So
nice.
I have an Asia Pacific, Europe, United States. Of course, you say, okay, yeah, but Nick, I want the checkbox. Okay, no problem. You go there, you say, okay, well, you want that checkbox, no problem. So you go to assets, and you say plus, and you say Lamborghini, and you say blah, and now it's this, and this. Okay, so it's pretty good and pretty flexible, because now I can continue like this and say, okay, I want a drop down menu here for the year, for example, right? So drop down menu for the year. Okay, so and I can say I want I can put the same here. I can remove this from here, the purchase year, and I could put the year here, and I can for the region I have it for the here I want a drop down menu in year. No, yeah, a drop down menu in year. So let's say I want model, for example. I want a value list for model, so I need your help for that. Which model you have of your Lamborghini, Richard?
Oh, I don't know enough about the models. You guys going to give me some models on these things? I just know that they started at about $250,000, and then they go up from there.
No,
and there's a number of
your
different.
Lamborghini, your flying Lamborghinis.
Oh, well, hang on. Well, that one. Oh, yeah. You could do Raven, Raven, right? That's good enough. And then you could do one that's called the Cadet, Cadet. Yeah, and then you could have a Clipper, Clipper, something like that. Yeah, there's 3 models. What other? You could have what other ones are there? Astro, Astro, right? Oh yeah, and yeah. So then you need another one. There's that Huracan, Huracan,
Yeah.
Hurc. Okay, that's good enough. Yep. All right. Is that you need more?
Okay. No, it's okay. It's fine. So I have this on models. On years, I said I want the year. Remember years? So I want year, and year I want, for example, 2000, 2001. You can put the year like this.
Yeah, sure.
2002. Okay, I don't know. Maybe that's too old, but 2010 and 2011. Well, pretty much. You understand the point.
Yep.
Okay, so you have the year here. So now I'm going to assets. I'm going to Lamborghini. Create a new Lamborghini, and boom. I'll go there. Model, Cadet, purchase year, and here years. Here I have all the years on a drop down menu. It's a drop down menu.
Yep.
Drop down. This is pop up. radio button, we saw it. We have our radio checkboxes. We have a calendar. Okay, so we have pretty much everything that is available on the layouts as a field. Okay, we agree with that. So we have all the fields, all the definition, we have all the possibility of the field, because we can go far. For example, I could have a version of number with a currency, for example. I could say I could enhance that to add a currency, but we are going to do that later. We are going to do that later.
Okay.
Because go ahead.
Well, we do have questions. So there's a question there from Timothy. Timothy, I took the question out of YouTube and stuck it over in Discord. It says, it seems that the virtualization of the core of FileMaker stuff here will be slower. Right. Well, the issue is that instead of us defining 2,000 fields or 2,000 plus fields in a table, we're only defining a smaller number of fields. Now, it is true, you're going to figure this out, that when he creates a new one, and you remember he creates a new one, you hit the plus button right here, right? So, and he's going to walk through all this, but you create the plus button there. What happens is that he creates a new record over here, and then it loads. It's using PSOS to create all the records over here at high speed, right? Bam, 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 bam. So he's using a lot of tricks to speed things up. The trick is to stay away from defining 2,000 or 3,000 fields in a table, because it's just a lot. And then there's a question. I mean, you look at the performance and decide whether it works for you. Dizzletron 9000. I'm not sure what a Dizzletron 9000 is. I'm posting that in there below Tim's question. He says, for value lists, this technique is most similar to the FM custom values list behavior. Is it possible to use from field style value?
But this is what I'm doing, by the way. I'm using from field, obviously. Obviously, I'm not using custom value lists. They are, because, on the value list, you have two value lists. You have custom value lists, and you have so where I'm using here. Okay. So you see, for example, here, I'm using, so you have the related value list or the custom. You have three types: related.
Yep.
Inherited, inherited, that means from another field, from another user value from another file, another file. So we call that inherited value list, And we have custom. You have three types. I'm using obviously a related one, a related field, used from fields.
Yeah.
And I'm using from fields, so to understand that, that's why we need a webinar at least for 2 days on the related value list, the way I use them, because the way I explained that this morning. Remember, just before this webinar, I told you I was on a meeting with a client, a customer. I was talking about that because you have a related value list. Related value list. That's how we call that. Related value list. Techniques. You have multiple techniques, but I think I lay down one of the most simplest and the most reliable one, because this is the problem. The problem is when you use this technique is to not making overcomplicated. The problem is not to scatter all the links, because you're going to create many links. You're going to create links all over the place. Because they are related lists. So you need to make sure that you're not scattering all those lists, and then they are impossible to find where they're from.
Well, you want 2 days. You want just 2 days on to do the value list, Nick? Because you want 2 days? You want more than 2 days? 2 days?
2 days with the option of 3, because actually I don't know how the thing will go.
Okay.
It can go wild. If you want to cover, if you want me to cover all the value lists, all the value lists, we need 4 days. We need 4 days.
Okay, then I will get that scheduled up. I'm looking at the schedule right now, where I'm going to drop
because
it.
All the value lists, all of them, all the tricks, all the thing hidden on the custom one, on those. If you want all of this, we need 4 days.
Okay.
So I'm using this technique because actually this morning I had a meeting with the customer. He will tell me, but I'm not going to use all my value list like this. I said, obviously not. You're not going to use all your value list like this. You're going to use your value list like this when it's valuable to have them like this. So in my case, it's impossible to do otherwise than using related value list. It is impossible because here the technique I'm using is simple. By the name of the field, I'm linking the value list with the same name. Okay, so it's that simple. I'm getting the name. For example, if I want a value list of owner, I'm copying owner, and I'm going to value list. I'm creating a new value list here, and I say owner, and I say okay, there's Rick, and there's Nick, and there's Miles. We have Christian, and Miles, Christian, all the guys, Christian. I don't put Jacob because he will steal it. What is that? Okay, you got the point. So now I have an owner value list. So each time now that I create something, I need to create a new one, of course, to initiate the creation. It's at the creation of those things. So when I create this, I have a piece that goes on the server, suck in all the lists, all the information, right? And now if I go to owner, I didn't say I want, sorry, my bad. Owner, property owner, I want that to be a pop-up menu or drop down. Okay. So drop down, I'm going to asset, I'm going to create a new one because each time is because I'm not touching the old one. Right? The old one I don't touch. That.
Yeah, that Canberra just asked the question. So what we're doing, so every time he creates a Lamborghini here, he's creating a new one, and it's reading those. Basically, it's reading the Lamborghini preferences on the other place, and then it's like creating them here. He's not retroactively fixing all the other Lamborghinis. You could, but it'd be a lot more work, right?
The problem is, okay, with FileMaker, we always have, okay, that, by the way, that could be a nice webinar. I'm going to write this down.
All right, Nick, you're causing me to, we're already up to 4 days. We haven't got through day one.
That means we have a month of me as a webinar. That's
so you want another day? What's this topic?
No. What we can do is we can do this for 4 days. That is almost done. Or the first day, almost done. But I could do, after that, I could do the value list, okay? The related value list, okay? And value list. And now the next one is how to get a list of things. Here what I want to demonstrate. Let's say I have this list. I have this list here, okay? And tomorrow, I decide that for Lamborghini, I have a new thing. I have a new property, which is hours. How many hours flies? Okay. It's a time. Okay. I have a new one. It's how many hours? Okay. And by default, I can put this because I want to demonstrate this. I can put this by default. I can put on the quotes. This is like a calculation box, okay? It doesn't insult you when you do a mistake, but it's exactly the same. So if you want to have a constant like this, you need to do this. So I have a new one. It's the hours, flying hours, How many flying hours?
Flying hours, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flying hours, or flying.
There you go.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So I have a new one. So that means, but if I go to asset, all my Lamborghinis, if I go to Lamborghini, all my Lamborghinis, they don't have hours. So the thing is how when you have a list of something existing, you don't want to delete that and replace the list because you might have things here.
Yeah.
Right?
You might have data in there.
But you want to update it with only what is missing. This is a pain in when you know what. I have a good technique for that. Very, very simple. So that's what I want to do. So we have this, I don't know how you want to call that, update, virtual list, update virtual list. And,
Yeah, we need some ideas for that if anyone has that, which we talk, because you're basically updating a list of, retroactively updating. Yeah, I don't even know what you do with that, because it's.
You need to know which one is existing, which one is not existing, and you need to import. You need to add only the one that exists, because normally what we do the dirty way. We delete all and we replace all. We cannot do that. We cannot do that because we have data here.
Yeah, that's Jacob Taylor refers to that as repaving. You delete and repave, or you carpet bomb it back in. But yes, you need more of like. What's that?
Repaving, I like it.
Repaving, yeah. It's like when you just wipe something out and you repave it. So Amco has another question. What happens if two property fields are using the same city or year?
I was sure that somebody was going to lock me down in the corner. I know that. So yeah, it's a problem. That's why normally I'm not using this. I didn't want to make the system too complicated. Normally I'm using an ID. Okay, I'm not using this, but obviously you cannot use two times the same name. You could have just copy their. You should have copied their ID instead of copy the name. I should have a button copy the ID. Okay, copy ID of their and paste the ID instead of paste. But it's you understand about that. My problem here. Normally I should link IDs. I do that with the name.
You built a relationship like based on first and last name. Well, you're a bad designer.
No. It's based on the ID. It's based on the ID. But to get the ID, I use a name.
All right.
But it's not a big.
You can program around that, Amco. But yeah, you got him. All right, Amco gets a free gold star.
Yeah, but before we close the chapter here, okay. So I want to demonstrate this, So when you go to asset, you create a new one, okay? Create a new. I could just do this, but if I do this, it will say, oh, you already have set property on this item. By changing type, you will current property. Do you want to proceed? Yes. So I'm wiping down everything. Okay. So now you have this, right? Flying house, 0, and you have this, and you have this. The calendar, and you have the years, and you have so all of this came automatically. So you have a very nice system like this where you can virtually you replace fields with records. Okay, to be clear on this, if you have more than 600 fields if you have more than 100 fields on the table, you have a big, fat problem on your design.
Okay.
If you have 100 and more here, it's fields like I have here, 161. This is way too much. Okay, but because it's a field, it's a customer. Okay, and I built a system to remove all this crap. Okay, so 130. Is way too much. 116 is way too much. It should be below 100 always.
Really?
Or yes. If you have, I never go to the hundreds. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have some that are around 100, but I don't see. I mean, the ones that I get concerned about when you have 800 or 900, 1,000, 2,000 fields, right? So,
yeah, this is insane. This is totally insane. Yeah. This is. I mean, FileMaker won't work well if you do that. You have index problems and everything's slow, and you get everything slow. I mean, when you do this, everything's slow. The Draco is slow because he had to load all this bunch of stuff, right? All the relationships slow. The go-to-read records are slow. Everything it's a nightmare. You shouldn't do that. Wait, okay. 116 is okay. 161 no, it's over. It's you way over. 100 okay. Around 100, let's say. That's the maximum. But not more.
Yeah, well, I mean, it goes to the point. I mean, I'm not going to say ever a hard yes or hard no. I think with the newer, if we ever get a new engine in FileMaker, it'll probably be able to handle more load and doing things like that. But if you have over 100 fields, you need to ask yourself, are you designing this correctly? And maybe you are. Maybe 200 fields is the correct number, but you need to ask yourself, are you doing it correctly? What would Nick do if he was here with me right now? All right. Well, we're going to pick the conversation up back tomorrow. I will try to be around on Wednesday. Tomorrow, I'm definitely not going to be here. Miles will be here. Miles, are you there? Have you been taking notes? You seen how this is going a little bit? Or we lose Miles?
No, I'm here. Yeah. Good basis, and looking forward to diving into it more.
Yeah, and then it looks like we have 4 days on extreme valueless. I guess we could call it, valueless from what, beginning to extreme value. Is that what we call it?
I tell you all on valueless. Let's say we're going to call that. Nick tells you all on the valueless because it's a long topic. It's a large topic.
Everything you need to know about valueless, but you're afraid to ask.
Yeah, but I'm going to show, for example, to a sneak peek of things. For example, I'm going to show things like this, like this. Okay, so you go there and you do this, okay, and you transfer and you go there and you say, okay, value list items. I don't care about this, and bam. So you can get, and then you say, okay, I want the get value on this, and I want the value too. Okay, so I'm going to show things like this, how we can get things like this, and then you can get those buttons like I do here. I'm doing. I don't know if I have one here on news. No, you have what's the name? You have those. I'm doing those buttons, toggle buttons, like. I don't know if I have an example, but anyway, yes. On the new FM starting point, because I have a sneak peek here. So FM starting point here.
Now, if you show them this, they're going to want it, and I can't give it to them yet.
So you see how you do this inactive disregard. So when you go there, you go valueless here, okay? And so it's I am account, so it's account. So see here, it's a button, but I don't say inactive. I say boom. Okay. So I validate this. And I validate this. So look this, okay? Look this, inactive. Now it's boom, and it works.
Yep.
Okay, no, it doesn't work, but because it's not finished. But anyway, you got the point.
Yes.
Here. Yeah. So I'm going to. You can change You can change how. You can completely inactive. You can completely. You can use. Valueless in ways actually that good that I see that I'm going to fix this. No, I have a fix. Actually, I copied the wrong version of the button. I copied the old version and not because if you remember, I demonstrated that during the UI UX design demonstration and how to make that automatically updating the names.
Yep.
And I copy and paste the wrong one, so I'm going to change that.
Okay.
But so valueless will be interesting. This topic here, you will see because we are going up to come is P sources, how to intertwine all of this together, import on server, all of this. I'm going to review this.
Good. All right, good. Well, tomorrow we're going to kick it off again. Thanks for everyone for showing up today. We will get an updated sample file for you. Miles, can you take care of that? Nick, if you want to send him whatever, the one you want to
I think I have the master on my Dropbox. I need to check. I need to go to my Dropbox.
Send it to Miles. He'll coordinate that. Okay?
Okay, yeah, I'm doing this.
Cool. All right, folks. I appreciate it. We'll catch you tomorrow. Okay?
Bye-bye.
just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected the quarterback. Great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Try to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap, stands in, throws it left for Amendola, reaches up and snacks a high throw and lands inside the 10, going to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, again he makes the grab.